Welcome back to Shin Megami Tensei 5. I know it says return to Bethel, Japan right here. However, I really need some glory points and I also need a lot of Maka. So what I think I will do is, first and foremost, probably explore the rest of this zone here because, well, I've missed quite a lot. And also, I will consider a comment that I got on a previous episode about going to one of those demon dudes to tell me exactly where all the Mimans are. So I might take them up on that offer because the glory points are really important and there are a lot of glory things I really want, the miracles especially, because being able to make all of my teammates use items would be very helpful. Also, there's a statue up here of a Halfus, I believe. So if I'm able to get to that, I should be able to level up everybody. I think I can just go right over here and then just talk to it, right? And is my team acceptable for this? Probably. I'll just get the level up right now. And let's absorb the Petrified Demon's power to get ourselves a massive amount of level ups for everybody. And I'll show off exactly what I want as well. And right here, I can already see I want the Fire Tracker Strike over the Marigaion, because even though this is a medium fire attack to all foes, that magic stat is horrible compared to Strength. So yeah, let's do that. And there's also Mipatra here, which I really, really want. So I have to choose what I want to get rid of though. So I guess Electric Block. So yeah, I'll also be doing that as well. So those are pretty good level up skills overall, so that is a very wonderful statue. Now, time to head back up here to probably check out what these boxes and other things are over here. But before I head north, there is actually a few things to get down here, which is a box, which I'm not sure if it's... Oh, it's right down there, okay. Yeah, there's a box there, and there's also a side quest right over there. I'm gonna get the box right now just to see what's in it. So, what do we get from this? We get 3 Lifestone Chains. Anyways, I actually parkoured up here, and then I ended up finding out that there was a box here as well, so this will give us, is it a Senri's Essence? Okay. If we just head south, there is a side quest right here. Oh, it's this guy again. Why are you here? Where's your son? Nogi, a long time no see. Can you spare a moment? Thing is, it's that damn son of mine, Anansi. He's gone and done something stupid again. He's stolen the golden stool and ran off with it. There's a divine artifact we've safeguarded for ages. It's the soul of the Ashanti people. We gotta take it back, the sooner the better, but I'm no match for my son as he is now. Anyhow, the souls collected in that stool, they gave Anansi and I our power. Without the stool, my joints ache all over and I can't even walk one step. So that's what I'm asking. Can you go take my fool son to task and take back the golden stool? Yeah, sure, we can reclaim the golden stool. Yo-ho-ho, I knew you'd say that. And Nancy's got it in his head to use the Bethel's influence to get more believers. That's bound to be why he took the stool, too. Looking to get into Bethel with it. But is that really what a god ought to be worrying about? Gathering faith? Well, I'd say yeah. I say gods aren't just what people see us as. If they forget us, then we spirits simply return to the sky. We become wind, we become water. We live on in nature and keep on our drifting in the universe. He's been so hung up on his stories that he's forgotten how we were originally supposed to be.
Would you mind?
Head to Shinjuku 3rd block and get this golden stool back. That's way over there. So there's like a whole other zone all the way to the west over here. Okay. That's good to know, but we're probably going to be stopped by this story objective right here. So, we can still head over to the northeast over here. So, just a little bit away from the Halfa statue, there is a rail here that you guys probably saw while I was walking around here that will lead us up here, which does, in fact, have some more demons. Oh, Kaiwan. Okay. We can avoid the Kaiwans pretty easily. Ooh. And we get ourselves 3 boxes right here. So, these will give me an Ambrosia, which I believe is like cleanse or something. Oh, another Ambrosia. And last but not least, another Ambrosia. Large fixed HP recovery to 1 ally. Okay, it's a little mediocre. I thought it was the one that would cleanse, but no, that was like the shower or whatever, so I guess not. Ooh, from the rail, where the Kaiwans were, there is actually a Miman right here that I somehow missed. These things are really hard to find. Like, there's no wonder I literally missed around like 50 of them by now. So I've only had 78 Miman so far, and there was like 3 entire zones overall, so I've definitely missed way more than I should, because damn, I need some glory points right now. I remember now. There's like a fork in the road and I went left immediately. I never decided to go right, so I guess we will go to the right this time. And there are some of these lightning guys right here, which I could go back and recruit if I don't have one already. But most importantly, over here, there are some... Maybe there's a rail somewhere? No, that's not a rail. Oh, I can just walk up. Okay. I thought I needed like a rail to get up here, but no, we get 3 boxes, which will have maybe something important. Oh, Mishaguji Essence, Simple Demon Box, and also something I already have, which is full-on Lifestone Chains. Of course I have. Because Lifestone Chains aren't that good. They're just a weaker version of Medea. And also, I have like 20 of them. I can also just sell them as well, because I'm not using them anyways, right? So like, it would be more economical to just sell all of my Lifestone Chains. And we also get some glory points here as well, which will bring us at 110. And also a Magatsui rail here, which I don't know where this takes me, but it seems to be at the start somewhere? Okay, it just takes me back to the bottom of the mountain, which... yeah, I guess that's fine. I think what I will do is probably off camera go back to Minato, find out a demon that can sell me with the location of Miman, and then go around picking them all up. And I could either fast travel or skip the recording to when I find each individual Miman, or just cut to when I find all of them or something like that. Because I want to do a lot of things off camera, so I can just go on with the story on camera, so we can speed up some time here. Oh, that also reminds me, there's the Golden Dragon's Arrival, which is a recommended level of 48, and right now I'm level 46. And since I have some 48 demons on my team as well, this could be doable while I'm here in Minato right now, because we do know that there's some on the map already that we can just go and get to. So maybe that's a possibility. Let me try fighting these overworld boss enemies. Sure, it could be fun. So the first one I'll be fighting is that bird down there, and as we know, we actually do have a Zuki on our team right now, so we do know that they use fire, they have fire armor and all that, and they're also weak to ice. So what I can do is prep my team so that we have some ice that resists or blocks fire, and the main character already has some ice moves as well, so let's try to go with a team like this. But let's go and fight it. We probably don't get the initiative here, but... oh, we do. Okay, cool. What level are you? 43. Okay, this is totally doable because we're level 46. I don't know why the recommend level is so high, but let's go for an acrobatic kick, and then we're going to immediately go for an inflaming divinity on myself, so that I don't die, obviously. And then you can go for some Draco Strikes, and then you can go for the somersault to lower defense by 2 ranks, and then go for another acrobatic kick for guaranteed crits. That way I can go for another Inflaming Divinity on the Black Frost so that you are supercharged, so you can go for more Draco Strikes for big damage. And then you can block, because if there's any fire moves, you will not get the enemy's extra actions. And there we go. We get a resist there, and also Lullaby, which does put us to sleep. I did not take that into consideration, so what I might need to do is get someone who blocks or resists sleep, and then switch him in to heal everybody. So we do wake up though, and also stat debuffs have faded, so even though we are in a little bit of a bad situation here, it's not impossible, right? Because all they do is put us to sleep, and that's literally the worst they can do right now. So I will go for another somersault so that they wasted their turn actually removing their debuff. That way they attack us less. So there's another lullaby, but there is a miss there, and then a normal hit, which will wake me up, and we're good. So Dakini should wake up. Wow, not woken up yet. Okay, I'll just go for a Draco Strike for a big damage, and then go for another Draco Strike. And then our debuffs, or not debuffs, our buffs are going to run out soon. But I can still go for maybe a Sage Strike. Okay, no crits there, unfortunately. I was really banking on the crit. But I'll still go for... I could Inflaming Divinity myself to refresh. I can also just Draco Strike for just to do damage in general. And then I will go for maybe... oh, I can just raise attack actually, so I don't need to increase my defense or accuracy here. Because I'm not really worried about evasion. Okay, we're fine actually. Because our buff is going to run out, which means our debuffs won't really persist actually. Yeah, see, our XG is still high, so you could miss though, so I'll make you dodge. And then I'm going to go for another Draco Strike. And then Draco Strike again, because I'm not worried about missing, because we have an accuracy buff with these two. And then you can also pass. And then, since I can miss, what I can do is change you out into someone who blocks fire. Yeah, really unfortunate, but I don't have a single ally who blocks sleep. We do have someone who blocks fire, which is obviously the mirror match, so that's not too bad. And then I can go for what if I evergreen dance? To max out the Magatsuki gauge, and then we can go for, like, I don't know, Fountain of Chaos to remove a press turn icon, sure. To do big damage as well, and then I can attack again to go for a Draco Strike, and then maybe we just kill with Sage Strike, right? So let's just do it. We just get the kill with Sage Strike. Okay, so we don't even need to use Amakatoki Critical, we just kill. And that is 1 out of 1, I suppose, to kill Zukui, but there's still 3 others that we need to take out. So this might as well just be an episode where we take down the dragons. This'll be fun, because might as well just complete the quest and get a lot of money that way to then afford the Miman collection guy. So sure, let's just go around. So I actually found a brilliant way to fill up the Magatsuki gauge, so all I really need to do is fight really weak enemies and then just cycle to my turn and just evergreen dance. But of course I can only do this once per turn. But still, you can't just go around killing really weak enemies just to fill up the gauge before the next boss fight. I mean, that's totally a possibility. So, while I do this, well, I can't have a conversation, but there's also another dragon right here. So, let's just go and fight this guy. I have seen this turtle before, but I don't think I've ever gotten into combat with this thing. However, let's see the level. 23. What is up with this level disparity? Why is it recommended 48? Maybe the last one is level 48 or something, but let's go and fight it right now, I suppose. I don't know why I haven't just fought this thing earlier. I just assumed every single one of them would be incredibly strong. But anyways, we have a really powerful physical team here. So yeah, let me just go for the defense down. And then Yoshitsune, which probably has something that crits. Yes, we do. Huge damage. Go for another acrobatic kick. And because Dakini increases the critical damage of everybody, we're just doing immense damage. And we can just finish you off with Astral Syn Strike, just to kill you right here. And not even a single turn from the boss. We get the victory and the Zhuanwu's essence. So that is 2 out of 4 of the dragons. Now let's go on to the next one, which I believe is over here. We get a power up for Idun. She gets Force Plorama, which I suppose I can get rid of Hamon, because you have Mahamon already, and your MP is going to be drained anyways, so might as well. I could regret it later, but I can always just inherit light magic from the compendium anyways, so it's all good. So here's the next one, and I believe that is a Qinglong. So if I bring some electric team members, we could actually make this fight go much easier. He also has ice and wind, so if I bring some allies that can block and resist wind, that could also be good. So come here, Qinglong, I'm gonna fight you. Get over here. Yeah! And we go first once again, and you are level 45, which is very doable. So I'm gonna go immediately into critical. This way, I can go for a free defense down with the somersault. That way I can continue to extend the turn. And then I'm going to go for Inflaming Divinity on probably Artemis, because she'll be doing a lot of big damage. Hightower can go for the Storm Triple Strike, because you are weak to lightning. And then, well, it didn't really matter. I thought you were weak to lightning anyways, but let's go for the Golden Apple for the buffs. And then I'll go for an Astral Saint Strike, just to go for huge damage here. And then I'm going to go for maybe an Evergreen Dance to fill up the gauge. And then you can go for another Draco Strike, or a Witness Me. But I think Draco Strike is probably just better to extend the turn to Idun, so that she can go for maybe an attack down on the enemy, so that you will do less damage to us. But let's see what you do. So Eat Hole, I knew you had that, which is also an HP recover. And since you do less damage, you also heal less as well. So now we can go for the... I could just do an attack buff here, but I'll do a pass for now, so I can extend the turns. I can go for another Evergreen Dance into then a Witness Me, so that I will draw Hostility, and then you can go for another Golden Apple to heal the damage we took, while also buffing everyone to the max, and then I can go for an Astral Saint Strike to potentially crit, and we get no crit. But that's fine, because I wasn't really going to do anything with the Navapino anyways. So there's a Matsurundo for an attack down, and then another Matsurundo for more attack downs. But luckily, we don't really care about attack downs because we do have some attack ups with Artemis anyways. And then my main character can go for a Lightning Gem here. Yeah, Electric Gem, just to do damage. And then you can go for a Storm Draco Strike to do even more damage. And then you can go for maybe another attack down. And then Artemis can go for an attack up here. And then I can go for, I'll just gamble with Severing Bite, sure. No crit there, but we get the Magatsuki gauge filled. So you can go for a Bufala, which is fine, because you're not weak to ice. And then you resist the physical. So we can go for another critical. Yeah, let's go for another critical. We don't have any insane attacking moves to do anything. Like, we don't really care about doing insane damage right now. We'll just go for the Draco Strike, a Severing Bite for the crit damage to do huge physical critical damage. Then we'll go for the Draco Strike. And then, I'm actually going to change out Idun to go into my Dakini, because Dakini has the passive to increase critical damage of all physical attacks. So we can now go for an Astral Sting Strike to do a huge critical damage here. And then my character will do even more with Severing Bite. So before I was like 490 probably, and now we'll do 500, which is kind of a small buff, but any buff is better than no buff. And then Dakini can finish the job with probably a Fatal Sword or a Dark Sword for the seal. Let's just go for the Dark Sword. No seal, but do we get hit? So attack down, and also gathering nearby Makatsuhi. So we pretty much just won the fight at this point. The only way we lose is if I miss, which I didn't miss, so that's a good sign. And now we can go for a Severing Bite. And there we go. We defeated the Jinglong, level 45, and get the Essence as well. So that is 3 out of 4 of the dragons. And last but not least, there's this thing that doesn't look like a dragon, but I'm literally out of options of what could be a dragon, because the only other boss enemies are this guy that looks like a person, who's like Ganondorf almost, and then also this rock golem over here. So I'm just going to take down this tiger, just to see what happens. Because I don't know if this is what I'm looking for, but sure, I'll fight it. What level are you? Yeah, sure, I'll just get hit. I resist that. That is a lot of damage, so maybe you are my target. Let me check your level. So, you are level 49, holy. I don't know if you're what I'm looking for. I am confused, so I will need to probably escape. And then come back with a better team. I smacked Hayataro, okay. I guess I'll go for physical block then. I need something to prevent confusion though. That is my first priority, so maybe I can bring in maybe my Isis here, because she does have a cleanse. And I can just still go for the smoke ball. Okay, no smoke ball. We do physical block though, so this is still completely doable. Let's try to change so that I can bring in Idun to heal.
Your turn.
Okay, we do get the recruit. We can bring you in. And then I'll go for another physical block just to keep us safe. And then you can go for the cleanse with Mipatra. And then Idun can go for a golden apple. So you will hit, but that's fine. And then I need you to pass, so then I can go for a Spyglass, just to see what you are. If you have Auspicious Beast, you are my target. Okay, you are my target. Perfect. So you have Damascus Claw, Mazionga, Fierce Roar, and Frenzied Chomp. So you're also weak to Force. So Idun is perfect for this because she does have some Force. Jinglong also has Force. And Hayataro is purely here just because they block physical. I'll probably bring in my Dakini purely because she does resist physical. And we're going to go for a Zanma for damage. And then we're going to go for an Inflaming Divinity on my Dakini so that she doesn't need to be buffed by my Idun. And then you can continue to go for physical blocks. And then we can go for maybe a Fatal Sword or a Dark Sword to inflict the seal. No seal, okay. Let's see what you do. So Damascus Claw, we block that. And now we can go for an Amakatoki skill. So what do we want here? I could just crit. Yeah, crit's fine, because we do have a lot of buffs right now. We can go for the Zanma for good damage, and then Carnage Fang or Severing Bite. They're the same thing, right? So Severing Bite, and then go for the Carnage Fang, which is literally the same move. And then we can go for Dakini with maybe a Fatal Sword, or Dark Sword has a chance to seal. And then you can go for a Golden Apple to buff everyone's stats for the next go-around. Then I can go for Severing Bite for huge damage. And then you can go for Physical Block. Because then next turn I will heal your MP, and then we'll go for another seal. No seal, okay. But we should be okay here. So you have Fierce Roar, which draws in enemy hostility and also raises your defense. And you will also go for an Amakatoki skill. So I'll bring you in instead of Idun because you also have some heals if I need it. And then what I can do is go for a Lightning Block or Lightning Dampener here, Electric Dampener. Because you haven't been using your lightning moves at all, I will be doing that. And then I will also draw an enemy hostility right here with Witness Me, so that you will attack purely the Hayataro. And then you can go for a pass, so then I can go for maybe I could go for a bull. I can also just pass again. So then I can also just go for... I can use a purge charm to remove your defense buff. So let me just do that. So all stat buffs are negated. And then you can just guard because you have the enemy hostility draw. So let's see what happens. So Mazioka, we get the block. I knew you'd use your lightning move because you haven't been using it at all. So that was a good call. So now what I can do is probably change you out for someone who has some force moves. You also block, I believe, so you're just a good teammate in general. You can go for a Severing Bite. Ooh, we get the crit as well. Perfect. And then you need to probably pass, because I need to loop back around. I'll go for an Acrobatic Kick just to extend the turn, and then you can go for the Mazanma. Oh yeah, you have Diametra, that's what I was thinking, not the block. So you can heal any confusion that might happen. And then I can go for a MP recovery item here, which I can probably just use the Chakra Drop, which means we can now go for a physical block here. And we have plenty of chakra drops, so I'm not really worried about spending too much. And then I can go for a seal. No seal. Okay. Yeah, seal never lands, so it's just a bonus, I suppose. We get the block there. And then I'll go for another Mazanma for the turn extension. And since we're out of Inflaming Divinity, I'll just Inflaming Divinity again. And then you can Witness Me to keep your Witness Me active. Then you can go for Fatal Sword to have a chance to land crits. No crit, but that's fine because then I can go for a Mazanma, and then I will go for a Severing Bite. No crit, but that's okay. I wasn't really looking for crits anyways. So Damascus Claw, you resist, so I'm pretty much fine. That's why I didn't decide to recover MP there. So now all we need to do is go for the Mazanma, and then we'll go for the Evergreen Dance to get our Makasui gauge filled. And then, do we have any moves that just kills? Because if I do, I'll just use it, right? Why not? So do you have any skill that kills? Fountain of Chaos, sure. Let's go for the Fountain of Chaos. Ooh, big damage. Not a kill though, so, oh well. But we can still go for another move there, which we do get the evasion there, which is unfortunate, but we still have it in Severing Bite here, which doesn't kill, but you have one action. You probably die, but since you have an Enduring Soul, you don't die, which I forgot you even had that, so that's just an added bonus. And then we get the final kill on the Tiger. So that should be every single one of them. Also, unfortunately, Artemis did die, so no experience there, but we completed the Golden Dragon, the Golden Dragon's arrival. So that was all of the dragons. I don't know if you'd call the tiger guy a dragon, but sure. Let me head over to the quest. Actually, I probably gaslit myself thinking all 4 of my enemies were dragons because the dragon guy gave me the quest, so I was just thinking, yeah, maybe sure the auspicious beasts are dragons. No, they're just beasts. Okay, that makes a lot more sense, actually. So let me head over to Minato. I probably need to head over here. Oh yeah, there was like an actual fountain that just takes you right over there. So sure, let's just go over there. I don't know why it's so inconvenient. They could have just put like a rail right here that would take me straight up to there, but I suppose I'll have to take the long way, I guess. After the not so long walk, we'll actually go over here and hey pal, long time no see. You sure been busy, huh? Yeah, this ain't anything a normal demon could pull off, more like a god's work or something. Yeah, he acknowledges my power because we took down the beasts, and now we can talk to this final dragon here, which I assume I don't fight because the Baizu guy was like level 49 anyway, so he was the strongest opponent so far. So let's call for the Huang Long. And the Huang Long's voice echoes in your head. Ah, it seems you have indeed defeated all 4 gods. As promised, I will grant you your wish. You got the Dragon Balls on you? You obtained the Dragon Talisman, which I can use with my Qinglong, actually. And we get a level up to 47. Lovely, I love it. So let's increase our luck even further so I can get better crits. And all allies of the dragon race can now use the Magatsuhi skill, Amakatoki Dance. All multi-hit moves of all allies will deal the max amount of hits for 1 turn. Okay, we've seen a similar talisman before, so this is okay, sure. But we also obtained the Cardinal Deity Periapt. What does this do? With the 4 Su-Ling altogether, the Magatsuhi skill Amakatoki Exploit can be used. And the required demons are the Baihu, the Qinglong, the Zukui, and the Zuanwu. Now, here's the fun thing about this, is that it says the 4 altogether can use this skill, but we can only use 3 at a time. So what I believe this means is that if we have the miracle Race Transcendence, we can now fulfill this requirement, which we do have. So all I need now is probably a Baihu, because I already have the Qinglong and the Zukui, actually, that's what I had. Yeah, sure. And we can now increase the damage and striking a target's weakness for all allies for 1 turn. Perfect. So this is probably better than critical, assuming that we have the weakness exploit. So, now then, Naobino, who has defeated the four gods. I have watched over these tumultuous times with benevolence, and now I've seen the potential within you to conquer this chaos. Thus, I believe it would be best to continue our conversation onwards to your final trial. Now it is time for you to prove your power to me, and so we must fight. Will you accept this final trial? I will have to probably decline right now because, I need to save first. Oh, do you realize your own lack of strength? Call for me once your resolve is hardened. It doesn't actually say. Well, let's just see what this guy's level is, just to see if I'm actually able to fight this guy right now. So, let's fight. If he goes first, that's a horrible sign, but we go first, so that's probably a good sign. So you are level Bro. What the hell? Okay, so apparently you do get the quest after you talk to him, apparently. So, 80,000 Maka, level 70. Okay, I wish that showed me before I challenged him, but sure. You look like you block physical, but I'm gonna use physical moves on you anyway, so let's fight the Rock Man. So, you don't go first, but you are level 48, and as we know, we fought at level 49, so this is completely doable. So let's go for the acrobatic kick. You don't block physical, you don't even resist it, so this is perfect. So let's also go for the somersaults to lower your defense. We also get another crit there, which is super lucky, and also the defense down. So let's scan you. So let's use the spy glass. And you have Wrath of Oyamatsumi, which when the user resists or nulls an attack, you counter with ice with a chance to insta-kill. So what we should do is use fire moves. Ah, that's strange. A rocket man weak to fire. But it makes sense because you do have ice. So what we need to do is bring in people who block ice and also resist physical, which Artemis does block ice, so this is fine. Now we also have the Yoshitsune to go for some powerful physical moves as well. So let's go for it. And then Bikini can go for probably another acrobatic kick. Oh, you also have Fire Draco Strike, actually, so you're going to be a pretty strong team member here. Also, the weak critical hit there, which that does confirm Draco Strikes can crit. Perfect. I did ask that, I believe, the last episode, so that is my answer. So let me also raise everyone's attack here. And then I can also go for an Inflaming Divinity on myself to increase my stats. I believe I also have a Draco Strike as well, but it's not fire, unfortunately. But let's go for the Megaton Press to miss, and then we get 5 actions on the next turn. That is why Yoshitsune is at the last right there. Ooh, we get the evasion there, which is very lucky. They also did, like, no damage to us anyways. So let's go for the Draco Strike for big damage. And then we can also go for another attack buff here. And then we can go for... I could Inflaming Divinity, but I also really want to go for the turn extensions here, so I'll go for a Fire Shard. And then you can go for the guaranteed crit with Hasso Tobi. Huge crit. And then you can go for the Draco Strike. And then you can go for a Signet Strike for even more crits. And then you can go for the Inflaming Divinity on our teammates. Specifically you, because you do a big damage. And then Hasso Tobi. Get the big crits. Fire Draco Strike. And then, yeah, I'll just say Strike, sure. Doesn't really matter if I get a crit or not, so who cares? Let's see what you do. Normal hit. And then you will go for a Gathering of Makatsuhi, which does mean what we need to do is Draco Strike. Artemis can go for the Somersault to extend the defense down. And then you can go for an item here. What we need to go for is an Ice Dampener to nullify all ice on all of our allies. And then no more MP for the House of Tobi, but I will go for the Toxic Spray to potentially... Let's go for Megaton Press, actually. Oh, we got the Megaton Press. Okay, that was lucky. And then you can go for maybe a Saint Strike. You will need to be replaced next turn, probably. But now I will go for a simple Severing Bite. Or a Rumor Dance, actually. So now we have the Makatsuhi Gauge filled for next turn. And you will go for a Mamo Fugai to go for... Well, it gets blocked anyway, so that's fine. And then we can now go for probably the Omagatoki critical to make use of Dakini's passive to increase our critical damage. And then we'll go for the Draco Strike for big damage. You'll pass because you have nothing left. You'll go for the Severing Bite for 638 damage. And then, well, you have no MP, so I guess I'll just go for a normal hit, I suppose. And then you can go for another normal hit. And then we win against the Stone Golem we saw so many episodes ago, for some good money as well. However, because that wasn't really related to anything in particular, that was just purely because we could, rather than what we needed to do. So am I a bad person for killing random demons in the overworld? Maybe, but I sure don't care. But last but not least, there is another enemy here that is also technically a boss on the minimap, so let's just fight you. I believe we tried to fight you before, and you were like level 40 something, so let me check out your level again. You are level 44, so this is doable. So, same thing as the rest, we'll go for the acrobatic kick for the guaranteed crit, and then we will scan just to see what your big deal is. So, what you have is For Heaven the Kings, which we've seen before, which is kind of useless because you can't even make use of this, but you have Force and Physical. So, you're also weak to lightning, which is pretty good to know. You also lower the action evasion of foes and also the defense, so we need to be very careful for this in particular, because you're going to hit us pretty accurately and pretty hard as well. So, what I need to do now is, with you, I will go for a Witness Me, so that you will purely target the Hayataro. Because what Hayataro does is you resist force and also physical, so you're a very good teammate for this. We can go for the Talking Spray to lower defense. We get the miss there, but we'll go for the acrobatic kick. And then we will raise our own stats, because if there's any AoEs that I forgot about, well, it won't affect my main character, so we'll be fine. So let's see what you go for. Masakunda, which will lower our accuracy and evasion, and also a Fence Breaker, which will lower Hayataro's attack. But fortunately, Hayataro wasn't going to be attacking anyways, and since we have a lowered accuracy and evasion, what I will need to do is go on Inflaming Divinity Duty and just purely buff our own stats here so that we won't die. But I can also go for physical blocks as well to block the enemy's turns if they attack us, and then I can also go for maybe, can I make use of 4 actions here? So what I can do here is acrobatic kick, and then go for Inflaming Divinity on Yoshitsune. And then, okay, I miscalculated a little bit. What I really wanted to do was loop back around to Yoshitsune to then go for a Megaton Press to force the miss, but unfortunately we don't get that. So Fence Breaker, we do get the block there. And now we have no accuracy buffs, but we shouldn't be at any risk of missing anyways, so we should be okay on that front. But I will still go for the Inflaming Divinity on Hayataro. And then I will go for another Storm Trigger Strike for just some damage. And then you can go for Talking Spray again to lower defense. And we also get the Poison, which is fantastic. Which does mean I can go for some poison strategies with my Trickery guy in the backlog here. I could go for the Macabre guy here, but I don't also need to do that. What I'll do instead is Evergreen Dance to raise our Magatsui gauge, and then I will go for a Trigger Strike, and then I will go for a Megaton Press to force the miss. Oh, we didn't miss, but we do big damage anyways. So Megaton Press is just really good. You either miss or you just do a crap ton of damage. And also you are filling up your Magatsui gauge, but that's okay because we have some skills of our own. So first things first, I could go for the Chaos to remove a press turn icon, so I will do that. Go for the Pass just to not risk any misses. Maybe an Evergreen Dance, sure, so we can fill up the gauge again. And then you will go for a Witness Me. And you're going to go for some force moves. So what I need to do most importantly is Pass, and then go for a Pass again. And then I will go for a Force Dampener. So here we go. Now we're not at any risk of dying, and also if you go for any moves, I'll just guard with Hayataro, so sure. Let's see what happens. Mazatma, there we go. Very simple. And then Pass, go for Inflaming Divinity on myself. Hayataro can then go for a Storm Trigger Strike again because you have good accuracy, and then you will probably go for the Megaton Press to force the miss, or just do big damage. There we go, so now we have more turns next turn. Go for Acrobatic Kick, don't really care if I miss or not, and then I will go for maybe Inflaming Divinity on Dakini? That way you also refresh your attack and defense buff. Let's see what happens. Masakunda to lower accuracy. And then nothing. Pressure Onslaught. That's okay. Most of us resist it anyways because Dakini has the defense against physical. So Acrobatic Kick. And then we will go for, since we have no MP left for Inflaming Divinities, I'll go for a Severing Bite instead. And then Hayataro can go for Storm Draco Strike to continue the big moves. And then you can go for Megaton Press because you will not miss apparently. Okay. Acrobatic Kick. And then we finish the job. So that is another one of these guys down. One of the 4 Heavenly Kings. We took down 2 of them so far. And now Belphegor wants conversation, but I don't really care. Ooh, a Miman. Sure. Yeah, sure. Just by a monster part on mountain up north, big beaky called Jatayu. Value life, stay far away. Oh, I've killed Jatayu already. So that's fine. Not sure if I did it on camera or off camera, but I did kill Jatayu. There's also another Miman over there, which I saw your glowing red sword, so yeah, sure, I'll take that. I did need to... The whole reason I came to this place in the first place was to find more Miman, so yeah, I'll just come here to get what I came for. Tricky Terrania, careful not to get lost. You obtained 5 more glory. There's also a Mitama above me, so might as well do that, sure. And there we go, we got the Mitama, which will give us some more glory points. Wow, I'll take that, for sure. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, since we're also level 47, we have access to Oberon, and also, yeah, Sarasvati. Ooh, Vinaraga. While in the active party, all allies' ice attacks may become crits. Okay. And then the Oberon has Fairy King's Melody. When summoned from the stock, remove stat debuffs from all allies. Okay. This is nice. This is basically a free Dakunda if I switch you in. You have Zandine, which is heavy force. I do need some more force, so I will definitely take you. So you are very good for cleansing debuffs and ailments. This is really good. You have Fairy Banquet, which is very important, so I definitely want you. So what does it take for Oberon? Okay, right here is actually free, so we do know that this guy's in the overworld, and Kaiwan we have seen earlier in the episode, so I'll get these two from recruiting and then get myself the Oberon for free. And the Sarasvati, all it takes is the Macabre and the Kumhanda, which these two are also 2 demons that you can find in the overworld, so I'll just get both the Sarasvati and the Oberon off camera, and then just show when I get to the fusion on camera, of course. So I'll see you there. So here we go. Macabre level 46 and Kumpanda, which I just recruited off the street. So we get Sarasvati, which does use some ice, also has Dono Gladi to greatly increase the next strength base for an ally. So I will give you the Venom Chaser, Blight, and Toxic Spray, and also the Poison Adept, simply because it would be kind of fun, right? And I wish I could replace a Lullaby with Hellish Mask, but unfortunately, we'll just have to make do with this. Sure. We'll also get Masakunda from Level Up, which you'll probably get from the fusion, but I don't really know. You're looking at the Megami Sarasvati. A pleasure, I'm sure. And we got the level up from the fusion. And then you will get yourself Marakunda, which lowers the defense of all foes by 1 rank. We'll just have to get rid of the defense down, because we have other means to lower defense anyways. Most importantly, you also resist confusion and also block charm. So that could be good, because my character is weak to confusion, so if you have a way to recover, which you don't, well, I was gonna say, yeah, maybe you could recover the main character, which I could technically do once I get that miracle to then use items for all allies, so maybe that could be a strategy. And now to get the Kaiwan and Narcissus to fuse into Oberon, and since you do have some force, well, I already have Zandine, so I don't need the Zanma, but you can have some other moves, I guess Makarakarn for Reflection Magic, I guess, and also Hellish Mask. There's really not anything here I really want here. I mean, I suppose I could go for the debuffs, but I'll probably replace them in the future, because you're mostly like a support that can also dish out pretty good damage, because your magic is not too bad. Your stats are mostly like the same, though. You're very much like a jack of all trades, almost.
The pleasure is mine.
So you could be pretty good just as support. Titania, your wife, is basically much higher level, so unfortunately I cannot pair you two together at the moment. But we're about to get to level 48, so we can get these two probably next episode, because I did fight some Mitamas off camera while I was on the way to recruiting those, so as you can see, yeah, my experience is almost filled already. But Mimans, yes, that's what I wanted to do. Oh yeah, I found 80 Mimans, so our reward is a Quetzalcoatl's Essence.
Look sharp,
and that's it. Okay. I mean, I'll take it. Sure. Western Game Console 6000. Hell yeah. So I now have 33,000 Maka, which means... Oh, also I can probably sell my Lifestone Chains as well. Where are they? Yeah, get out of here. I don't need these. So I can probably now afford the Miman scanner guys. Oh, speaking of Mitamas that I accidentally said, I need to wear spy glasses, so let me just buy these. So, yeah, there we go. This is good.
Thanks.
So anyways, this NPC right here, nearby the Dive Building in Minato, this guy does sell the location of the Miman. It's only like 2,500, so sure, I can afford this. So yeah, thanks, I'll point them out to you. And the intel has been marked on the map. So, now we know where every Miman is. That is very convenient. Yeah, no wonder I missed this one. How was anyone supposed to know you could go over here to get this Miman? Come on. I mean, I guess he is dancing so that you could probably see them from like down there, I guess, but really. Anyways, pretty place is still dangerous. Yeah, I want to see it anyway, though. Thank you for the glory points. Time to head on to the next one. I also noticed that some of these random NPCs in the overworld, they noticed my rank, whatever. Like, right here, you look kind of weak, but your rank's higher than I'd figure. You're not one of those big-time gods, right? One of those named humans. Still remember? Nah, no way. Yeah, there's also another NPC. Let me just show you, actually. Yeah, right here. You're in Lenogia, right? I've heard a lot of rumors about you. I kind of thought you'd have more muscles. Yeah. They just have, like, new dialogue that just says, yeah, you're really strong.
Yeah.
It feels like vending machine somewhere nearby, no doubt, no doubt. Thank you very much. This one, I also don't know how I missed it, because it's literally in the middle of the city, like, right there. Come on. Am I that blind? There's also a Miman chilling inside of this building right here, which I could see me missing this because it's inside of a building, not outside, and when I usually go inside of these small building areas, it's usually for vending machines, and there's only one right here. Or two, I guess, so... Yeah, you wouldn't see the Miman if you just walked in here to get the vending machines anyway, so I could see me missing that. There's another one here also, which, where are you? Yeah, no wonder I missed this one too. Probably underneath, so let me just check down here. And then the Miman should be right around here. Okay. Sure. You're kind of tricky to get to. Never get lost, gotta use landmarks. Think tall, think big, work best. More glory. And there's also a Miman right behind this rock. They really are hidden. It's a very good thing that these are not like the Breath of the Wild Koroks. If you ever played that game, you know how terrible finding all of those Koroks can be. This one is far more convenient because you literally have a marker on the map that tells you exactly where they are for a price, which would have been very nice in the other game, but that's whatever. We get another Miman over here as well. Spied a dreadful spirit. You accept Beauty's request. Watch out for malevolent winds. Yeah, yeah? I don't know why it's so close up to you. Maybe you want to be on the thumbnail, I guess. Say, longest traffic jam 154 kilometers long. But traffic jam? What is a traffic jam? Sounds tasty. You know, back at the place where I fought the Qinglong, I didn't expect there to be a Miman just chilling right over here, I guess. So, sure, I guess I am blind. But anyways, Ab says fight or run, you choose. Worst case, get attacked, we'll try and run. Be careful, yeah, yeah? So now we're at 180 glory points. We're stacking up our glory points right now. And now we found 88, which means I can't turn in another. Oh, there's also 2 more right there. And that should be the last 2 of Minato. Yeah, this is just nearby where I fought the rock golem guy. There is another Miman right here, which is kind of blending into the grass, I suppose. Scared of big rock demon, gotta hide. By dust if found. Well, lucky you, I killed that thing, so you have nothing to worry about. See high building to the north. See red wall, jump towards you, grab, climb high, yeah? And there we go. That is all 50 Miman in Minato. All things considered, I did find most of the Miman without needing to have a guide to find them all.
Very nice.
Looks like you found a total of 85. Here's your reward. And we got a Battle Sutra, which we know those are pretty good. Oh, lots of Sutras. Cool. So we can upgrade our potential for any of our demons that we want. And then we also get the 90 reward as well, right here, which we obtained the Kishin Talisman. And allies of the Kishin race can now use the Magatsui skill, Omagatoki Pierce. All attacks from all allies will pierce for 1 turn. That's okay, because we do know that Pierce goes through blocks in this game. And now find a 95 and you get another reward. Keep your eyes peeled. Yes, luckily I remembered there was this guy right here, which was like pretty expensive. So yeah, let me just drop 10,000 Maka, which I can afford. And hey, thanks, I'll point him out to you. And now we have the Miman located on the map now. Thank you, bro. And, wow, there's one right next to me. Sure, I'll take that right now. So just jump down, and then here we go. There's a Miman just chilling by this rock. So, give it to me. Hills around these are pretty steep. Help tone thighs, yeah, yeah? And now we're getting 6 glory points instead of 5, which means we'll get a lot more in the long run. So, I will gladly take all of these Miman. Watch out for steep slope, yeah, yeah. A lot of demon take a tumble. Way too much speed. We get more glory points. We're now at 202. Trying to get to the Miman up on the boulder, one by a river to the southeast. Well, no, this way. Gotta go the other direction. I probably already got that one, so it's not too bad. Oh, no wonder I missed it. It's up there. How do I get to that? Probably some climbing shenanigans. Oh, I gotta go a long way. This sucks. And there we go. So this one is super easy to miss. Well done coming all this way. A rough journey, yeah? You're a true adventurer. And another one at the fairy village. Hello there. King Oberon and Queen Titania, perfect couple. Me men like me could never compare. Yeah, well, they're kind of dead, so you still got time, buddy. This one's a sneaky one right here. Hello there.
Found me.
Hey, you found me. Awesome. I missed a lot of them. That also reminds me, there is a boss right here that probably gets me access to over here. So, what if I fought the Girmakala over there? But before I do any boss fights, I will also get this Miman that's just chilling right over here, which I also missed somehow. That I missed that dialogue. Well, I hope you guys don't care too much about the dialogue. You'd also just pause the video if I skip too fast, because that is an accident. It happens. Oh well. Oh, you're very sneaky. Yeah. There's a hole here that leads to that Miman, and also a couple vending machines here as well. That is very tricky. Hello there. What do you gotta say? Gotta move 3D style when look through here. Major headache, yeah. 3D style. Bro, we're all 3D, what are you talking about? And this one is hiding behind a wall here. Hello there. Round and round side buildings make you lose direction. Don't guess. Best check map. Then we got more glory. I'm about to get like 300 at the end of this. This is great. And over here where the Basakas are, there's another Miman next to this rock.
See you.
Lots of up and downs around here. Yeah, collapsed buildings are going to open up a path. And there we go. 250 glory points. And we found Seeker of the Lost Children. Found 100 Miman achievement on Steam. Thank you very much, Steam. I'll greatly appreciate it. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. Hello there.
Found me.
Found here too? You were intentionally hiding from me? How dare you? Fairy village not this way. Head up more, climb mountain to the south. Thank you very much. They're kind of dead. Hope you know that, by the way. And that should be everyone in this area. Now to head over to this city area. Yeah, I'm glad I'm here again, because can I just say, this is probably my favorite area theme in the game. It's just so good. Also, we get another Miman here as well. And the called office building, get a feeling a lot of humans used to be busy here. Yeah? They get more glory points. Come to me! Yeah, you're nearby the big elf and big guy, which I might fight this episode. It's right there, right? So I could prepare for it. They block physical, which I do remember from the third game. Let's just go for it. Let's see what happens. What level are you? I believe you weren't that high, right? So level 46. Okay, this is doable. So what I need to do is probably pass and then immediately scan you. So let's go to the spyglass. And you reflect physical. I knew you would do that. But you're also weak to lightning, force, and light. You also have access to dark moves and some physical moves. So as long as we block some of those moves, we should be good. You are weak to force, so this is fine. I can go for the Zendai. And then you do have health thrust. However,
Let's go.
what I can do is maybe Fairy Banquet. That way we all have increased stats. And then I can go for the Evergreen Dance to fill up the gauge again. And then you can go for a Zendai. And then you can go for a physical block. And let's see what happens. Probably physical moves, right? Quick onslaught, we block it. That would have been a pretty tough move, but most of us reflect anyways. So I will go for a... Ooh, can't do any of that. Maybe not the Black Frost. Maybe someone who has something better. Yeah, you have lightning, and you're pretty strong magically. So yeah, I can bring in the Isis. And then as the main character, I'll just continue to go for the Evergreen Dance. And then continue the Zandines. And then Hayatara can go for the Trick or Strike because you specifically block physical and not strength-based moves. So I'm safe to go for that. And then I can go for the Zionga. And then I can go for Inflaming Divinity on the Isis to increase your stats because you didn't have the Fairy Banquet. And then continue to go for some just damage moves here. Then another Storm Trick or Strike. I could lower your defense through other means because unfortunately, because you reflect physical, I can't really use the strategy with Artemis to just lower your, defense with a strength move, or physical rather. So let me just Evergreen Dance again, and then you should have maybe something to reduce your press turn icons. So I will need to probably just continue going on here. I'm not really too worried about any moves right now. You don't have anything either, so I will have to skip the turn there with just, well, not really skip, just a, oh yeah, this one removes the press turn icon, sure. So let's remove your press turn, and then what we can do now is probably just Zanunga. And then you can go for, I believe, a Dark Dampener, which I do have. And then, even if you do have some physical moves, I'm not too worried about it, considering that, well, I can just go for a Witness Me so that you target Hayataro anyways. But you do have some AoE physical, but I'm sure... Oh, Deathbound, okay. No kills there though, so we're good. So all I need to do now is a bowl, and then you can go for probably an electric gem or something. Yeah, here we go, electric gem. And then the Fairy Banquet's about to run out soon, but we should be okay for now. So Draco Strike, and then go for a Medea that's supercharged, so most of our HP will be immediately back up to full almost. And then I can go for Evergreen Dance, because you really can't do much else, and Evergreen Dance is just such a very good Magatsuki gauge filler. So we can just continue going for big moves. I will have to change out Oberon though, so Kentaro Fu, that is a confusion, which surprisingly didn't attack me. Because I'm weak to confusion, I don't know how that works, but I'll take it. I'll just go for the Mapatra anyways, so that I can cleanse that. And then you can go for an Inflaming Divinity, probably, on Artemis, so that she can do big damage as the physical attacker. And you have Draco Strike, so we're good on that front. And then you can go for another Draco Strike, and then you can use a Bowl, so that I can heal next turn. And then you can Inflaming Divinity, or just go for an Evergreen Dance, so that we have the Magatsuki gauge filled completely for this next turn. And we get a miss there due to Hayataro's Witness Me ability increasing his evasion, and now we can go for either Tides of Chaos or just go for the critical. And I think the critical is just better, whopping 8 full actions here with continuous lightning damage. And of course, I can still go for the Draco Strike, considering that it is still a crit regardless. And then I can go for another Storm Draco Strike, and then we should be able to finish it off with another Draco Strike. And there we go. We get Makala down. Not that tough. And we almost get a level up, but we get 2,000 Maka, most importantly. And now we can continue on our collection spree of all the Miman. We just took a very small detour there, and hopefully that is going to keep your attention span onto this video, because I know that collecting Miman isn't exactly the most entertaining aspect of probably the game. Unless you really like seeing me collect all the Miman, because in that case, well, I might as well entertain you even further, because we found another Miman right here. So humans who lived here truly believed good times forever. Everything's gotta end sometime. Feel real meaningless, yeah? Well, it's about the journey. And then we can climb up to these boxes here, and then we'll find ourselves another Miman that is chilling somewhere over here. So I just have to look for it. Probably just a little parkour over here, and there we go. Found you. Hey, you like high places? I love them. Love. Yeah, I do like high places, because then you can see a glorious view of the world down below. Of course, this is all foggy, so it sucks as a view. I don't know why you love to be up here. This place sucks. The music is really good, though. And over down south, away from the city, there is actually a Miman over here, nearby these legions, where you just gotta go up here. And I believe we did fight the Daisoju right there, or the Hellbiker. I think it was Daisoju, actually. But if we just turn the corner, there is a tree here that has a Miman just chilling right here. Fallen building kinda like hills. Climb up and maybe you'll spice up and beyond, yeah? Very good advice. Going up higher in general just lets you see so much more, and this place is a little more beautiful than the other place because it's not even full of fog like the other place was, so that's pretty cool too. And if we jump off this bridge, we can get a Miman over there, but we can also just head on straight over here and get behind this rock, and we find ourselves another Miman just chilling right here. Nothing beyond here, deep dark ocean, miles and miles. An ocean, huh? Was there an ocean? Let me see. Oh. I guess there was some water. Huh. Yeah, just right below the bridge, we get ourselves to the other Miman right here, who is looking onto the purple water down there. Looks like grape juice.
Say!
Tenno's got its name because Gozu Tenno's mask was found here. Oh, Gozu Tenno. And you obtained 6 glory. We got some Shin Megami Tensei 3 lore in here. Though, of course, most of the creatures that appear in Shin Megami Tensei 3 are also here, so I guess it's not too far-fetched that he would also be here as well. Yeah, speaking of Gozu Tenno from Shin Megami Tensei 3, where are the mannequins? I have not seen a single mannequin throughout the entire game so far. I don't even know if they're a part of this game, but they might be. I mean, I haven't seen one yet, but I would assume maybe Sakahagi would show up, right? I mean, he's at least like a fighter. So maybe. So we get another Miman here, which is, tight spaces, so calming. More glory. We are at 310 glory right now. And we also have 110 Miman, which means we can turn in some more rewards if we go back to the Cadaver's Hollow, but I want to collect everything here first before I go back, because then we get more rewards all at once, and it is very nice to the brain to have so much rewards coming in at once. I think if we head inside of this warehouse here, there should be another Miman right here. Yes, there is. Perfect. So, I did no slacking off. Yeah, just find tight spaces calming, yeah? Yeah, the other one did too. You guys would be friends. But now there should be one last over here, and then I'll head back up. Okay, so I thought the Miman would be here, so now I feel a little better, because I could have sworn I actually went all the way up here before and did not find a Miman, but it is just right below the bridge instead. So, just a little parkour here, and then there we go. We got the final Miman of this zone. Tried to follow rails to Shinagawa, but too much gravel. Gotta take a roundabout way from Pierre. All that's left is up north. Is that the final one? Oh, there's final two, actually. A sneaky one. On the bridge, behind the train, there's another Miman. White car, sleek body lines, bullet trains really the best. Yeah? Bullet trains are pretty cool. They go fast. And a couple steps over, if we just jump down here, the Miman should be right underneath the bridge as well. A very common trend where they just love hiding under bridges. Here used to be surrounded by ocean, but ocean dry up. Desert's all that left. At least no gotta use roads to get around anymore. That's true. Now here's the important question. Was the Girmakala elephant dude the one I needed to take down to get through here? Oh. The city ahead was decimated by an unknown demon. It is now naught but a hole in the earth. That demon is dangerous, and must be found and dealt with at all costs. No, it was not. What do I need to find? I suppose we can't really get that final Miman just yet, but for now, we can now turn in the 95 Mimans we collected to get 2 charge gems, 2 concentrate gems, and also critical gems. And since we found 100, we get the Genma Talisman, or Genma, however you want to pronounce it, and allies of the Genma race can now use the Amakatugi skill, Luck. XP and Maka earned greatly increases if the battle ends on this turn. Very nice. Oh yeah.
Very nice.
And now, since we collected 105, we get even more. We get health bombs. Oh, we get bombs of everything, so that means the Nahobino will be even stronger, because the bombs are for myself.
Hey, not bad.
Since we found 110, we get access to 6 Grimoires. And now since we haven't found the final 15th Miman there, or 115th, we can't really get that Miman reward, but I believe that should be everything for now.
Need any?
What I will do is probably on the next episode, we will go to Shinjuku and complete every quest here so far, and then later on, spend the Maka to then find every Miman in the area, so that we can get even more Miman rewards. Since we have all these glory points, I might as well turn them in to get myself very powerful miracles. So let me head over there and do just that. What I definitely want is the miracle to allow all of my teammates to be able to use items. Knowledge of tools allows your demons to use items during battle. Let's buy it. So now we have 184 glory, which means we can get one more thing here. I probably want Magatsuhi Dispersion. The enemy Amakatoki effect will end when an ally guards, evades, nullifies, repels, or drains an enemy attack. And it's only 80, so if I buy this, now I can finally avoid Magatsuhi's skills. But also physical mastery, there's just so much I could get. So what I will do for now is just save my glory points. I also have a few glory point shards that I got from some Mitamas off camera while I was looking for the Miman, so I might as well use those as well. So sure, I now have 120, and there is also the Citros I could use, and also the bombs. Let me just use the bombs right now so I don't have to do it later. So first things first, health bomb, 10 HP, stamina bomb, 10 MP, strength bomb, which will give us to 61 strength, vitality, now at 49, magic, now at 47, agility, at 44, and luck at 45. Very good power increase. We also have so many grimoires, and also a few gospels, but I really don't want to use these until I really need to, because I want to keep everything segmented so that I use the brand new demons that I get at the current moment. So I still want to use Oberon and Sarasvati, so I will be using them in the next episode against the next objective. We will go over here to the left to do whatever these quests are, and I believe I made a lot of progress. Ironically, considering I had no story progress. We got a ton of side content done, and all that is finished out of the way, and all that's left really is to explore the rest of this zone and probably find the Miman as well, but I believe there's nothing I really want to do at the current moment except for progressing the story. So, I hope you guys had fun, because I know I did. So I will see you guys in the next one, of Shin Megami Tensei 5. See you guys later. Bye-bye!